Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. I feel like it's been a while, but I think it's probably not, but I've been missing making content and I've missed showing my knives off, so I'm back and I have got a beautiful knife here today. Well, I think so. I hope you all agree. So it's a beautiful knife and it's a really good price point, and that's kind of what sort of attracted me to it, and I got a bit excited with this knife, I'm not going to lie to you. So it's sort of a new range by Boker. They're doing it in the Barlow, and they've got a couple of Copperheads. They're doing it in this pistachio wood, and they're doing it in oak wood. So I've got a load of oak wood covered knives, so I thought I'd go with the pistachio wood. Never had pistachio wood in the collection before, so interesting fact about pistachio wood: if you get a black light, it becomes luminous. Never knew that. But yeah, so really excited about this knife. So excited about it. I nearly bought both of them, to be fair, and I didn't notice one big massive thing that you guys can all probably see, but I was buzzing at the time and smashed it into the basket and got it straight away. So one thing you will notice is it's not a pin construction, and I'm embarrassed to say that my wife brought that to my attention, because again, it arrived, very excited, got it out, had a little, and then she was like, there's no pins. And I thought, no way. And that's probably why it's cheap. But it's Soligen. You know it's going to be perfection. And £38, guys. £38. That is budget sort of, my sort of budget sort of price point. So for me, anything below £50 is sort of budget, I would say. 50 and slightly above is sort of my medium range, and I try not to spend over £100, but that's sort of my premium stuff. I'm sure as time goes on that will always increase, but I think you can get a lot of varied and brilliant knives in that sort of price range. That's just me. So let's have a look at the knife. So as you can see, it's a Copperhead. Now, guys, ignore the sizes on the Knives and Tools website, because I think they're all wrong, but we'll take some dimensions of it anyway. So I don't know the steel very well. I think it's 4034 steel. It's quite a basic steel, but again, I think they're just trying to cater for that more. Now, Boker does do three lines. They do their Soligen stuff, which is their premium stuff. And then they do a couple of budget lines. And the budget lines, like most knife companies these days, sort of like Book. Who else? So yeah, Book is a good example. You've got their sort of in-house made in that country, and then they have their cheaper line, which is in China. Boker is very similar to that. They're Soligen. Now, guys, is it Soligen or Zoligen? How are we pronouncing it, everybody? Because I've heard it said a few ways. But that's their stuff that's sort of made in Germany, their top of the line stuff. And then obviously their Boker Plus and stuff like that is coming from China. Same as like Book. My mind's gone blank. There's many companies that do it now. I know Case is one of the very few that everything's American made. But yeah, a lot of companies do that. So let's have a look at the tag stamp. So there you go. Nothing on the back there. It's a lovely clip point. No swedging. Again, probably to keep the price down. But I quite like that really simple, clean lines. A long nail nick there. The fit and finish is absolutely spot on. Like I say, it's not pinned, so it must be glued. I'll let you know how I get on. I'm sure I won't have any issues. If I'm really overcritical, there is a tiny gap there. But again, let's keep that price point in mind when we're looking at this. But yeah, fit and finish is absolutely spot on. It's a really good knife. We'll take a couple of sizes. Now, let's see if I can do this. I can never do a great deal behind this. I've got this tripod right in front of me. So let's have a look. I'm going to go from the tip of the bolster there. So what we got, let's have a look. Let's see if that's any easier. I'm trying to look around the tripod. Let's look down it. So what's that? It looks like 7 centimeters. So what's that? That is a 2 3/4 inch. And then what we got there? We've got 9.5 centimeters. That's 3 1/4. Sorry, 3 3/4 inch. And guys, we're metric over here. I got into engineering quite late, so I've always been quite metric sort of ways. Imperial's a bit foreign to me. I know it shouldn't be. Probably shows my age as well there. So we still have we know, sort of know our drivers as 1/4 and 1/2 inch and stuff like that. But generally, a lot of stuff is metric over here now. So, but yeah, shows how young I am, I suppose. But mid-30s. So, but anyway, but yeah, I'm digressing. So look at that lovely long nail pull. I love a long nail pull. Let's get my words out. Let's have a look at the walk and talk. Nice and snappy on the close. Nice and snappy on the open. Pinchable open, guys. You can pinch this quite easily. It comes nice and sharp. I don't think I've got any paper at hand, but so I don't know a lot about that steel. I don't know if you guys do. So it's 4034. I think Smith & Wesson might have used it. I'm trying to think if I've got any knives in the collection with that steel. It's quite basic steel, but I'm not overly bothered with steel, if I'm completely honest. So I'm more, like I say, I like the history of knives. I can sharpen. It never really bothers me. A pocket knife is just a pocket knife, isn't it? We're not going to be massively hard using it. If we hard use it, we've got sort of other knives that sometimes we use for that. EDC stuff, it's just simple cutting tasks throughout the day. If you're going out to do a day's work and you need a cutting tool, you'll probably take something more fitting for that thing. But yeah, lovely knife. Absolutely love this one, guys. Really looking forward to sharing it with you. Like I say, I think it's relatively new. I think they're doing this wood covered in the Barlow series, so they're doing the Barlows with the pistachio and the oak as well. So I should have picked the oak up, and even now that I've got it in hand, I know I'm going to love it. So I'm going to give you a bit of a, you know me, I like talking about the history. This might be a long one, guys. I'll apologise in advance, but I like learning about sort of knife brands and the history around them, and I found some cool facts out, really, I think, personally. So Boker started in 1829. Believe it or not, they went to America. So the family was in Soligen. That's where they started in 1829. In 1865, so very shortly after, a couple of the brothers moved to North America, and they started up Boker and Co. New York. And they're sort of a separate business, but they bailed each other out along the years. So the chestnut tree, which is on this Tang stamp, is their brand, and that was made famous because back when they first started, they had this tiny little sort of hardware factory in Soligen, and they had this massive chestnut tree that sort of shadowed it and grew beside it. So they just used that as their logo. But that poor chestnut tree was struck down by lightning in 1925. So it's no longer there. But quite a cool thing. An artist took a sample of the wood. He used the wood and he carved the tree itself. So he carved the tree that was once there. And then that carving is on the CEO's door for Boker. And he's still got it now. So I thought that was a pretty cool fact. But yeah, a few other things. In World War II, the factory was bombed to bits, all the machinery, everything, and a lot of the paperwork was lost, and a lot of the knives and stock was destroyed as well, completely taken away from us. Which is, that's war, I suppose. But so, and after the war, they lost the rights to the sort of tree brand registration. So they lost the rights to that, and it was sort of auctioned off. But funnily enough, it was saved by the New York Boker brand, saved it and bought the rights to it. And then obviously they started it back up in Soligen again. And after the war, the models that they couldn't get enough of, and once they got themselves re-established and built the factory again and things like that, they made the models 7588 and 7474. They're both sort of a Stockman brand, and they was churning them out and sending them over to America. And the New York sort of knife company was taking it and selling them. And of course, the 182 was a big one. that they was making. So I'm sure if you watch Hobie, if you watch Rick Warthog, Messer HQ had a brilliant one of the 182. So it's like the humpback camp knife, which is quite famous and sort of synonymous with Boker, I would say, really. So Boker USA then came into a bit of trouble later on in times, and it was sold to Cooper. But then Boker's Soligen then bailed Boker USA out and took them over. So now everything's back in the German Soligen Boker sort of company. So just some cool little, I like these little historic nuggets of information. I just that's part of the sort of hobby for me. So I love learning about new stuff like that and knife brands in general. So, and Boker's, a lot of these companies, someone recently asked me about the Hen and Rooster brand, and a lot of people class them as being part of Robert Class, but they're sort of a different entity, even though Robert Class own parts of Hen and Rooster now. But I just love all the history and the different changes of management and stuff like that. I know we've just lost Ontaro Knife Company and things like that, but sometimes, same with Queen and things like that, they change hands and sometimes they come full circle and they sometimes they go to the right people, and it's just a different stage in sort of the legend of that company, really. So yeah, I don't know, you might all find it boring. That's why I thought I'd do it at the end after I sort of reviewed the knife and just showed you the knife itself. So I just want to do one more thing as well. So if you're not into leather, this is a good time to switch off now, but I just wanted to do a bit of a shout out, and I thought it went really nice with this slip. So I actually bought this. This is how it come brand new, really distressed. It's done by a company called HRS Leatherworks. So I'm on this leather kick at the moment, loving my slips. I think we've got the American knife channels to sort of owe to that, I think, a bit, with all their leatherworks over there. But I started carrying a lot of my knives and slips, and I love it. So, and I think these are just a really nice pairing together, which wasn't intentionally done. I bought this before this. Like I say, I stumbled across this, got all excited, and before you know it was at my door. But this I seen, I thought, oh, that looks really cool. Unfortunately, it's the last one in this sort of type, but I'm sure he'll make some more. The chap's got a small business in Scotland. But yeah, look how nice that goes together. What a carry. That is a nice carry. Let's put that there while I show you how it came. So it came in this nice little bag. This is his logo here. So Adventure Awaits, and it's HRS Leatherworks. And I just shout out to him, really, because I think it was about £17 delivered to the door. No delivery, free delivery on Etsy he is. I thought it was a nice little personal little touch. It's got his little card there. Sorry, that light shining on that. He sent me this little, I know you EDC guys love these things, but a nice little patch thing. But yeah, all for £17. I mean, I couldn't really fault it. Did I show you the box that it came in, the Boker? So the Boker, it came in a really understated, really simple box, really small as well, so I quite appreciate that. There's your model number. But yeah, it just came in that bit of paper and a bit of Boker stuff. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for the support. Please like and subscribe. I'm getting near 250 subscribers. I'm a couple off. I see everybody that subscribes, so I do appreciate it. And I usually go and check your channels out if you're a YouTuber, or even if you're not and you've just got your normal page. So I do appreciate it all. Again, look at that. Look how nice that looks together. But yeah, thanks all. So yeah, nearly at 250. I think I'm going to do a giveaway if I get to 300, if I ever get there. So I should have bought another one of these. I could have put it in part of the giveaway, but we'll see. So yeah, if we can get to 300, I suppose I'll do another giveaway. So if I ever get there. But yeah, thanks for all your support, guys, and really appreciate it, and I'm really enjoying this still. So this is a bit of a long one, but I was really excited to show that knife to everybody. So okay, I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.